everyone. I'm David from North49. There's Brent, my partner, and Jamie, our boss, in the back. We are the owners and operators of North49, along with our team of 10 additional home inspectors. So we are pretty flexible to accommodate all of your expectations and your clients' expectations. So I'm not going to bother you too much talking about what to expect from a home inspector or what to expect from a home inspection. One of the most common questions we get is which house is the best, or which era of the houses was the best houses ever built. So that made me think a little bit, and Jamie was kind enough and create a little slide about the houses built in the last 100 years. So I'm going to quickly talk about that. I'm going to give you overall overview based on our experience, between me and Brent in the last 15 years being in home inspections. So first, I'm going to quickly talk about houses built in pre-war. I call them pre-World War II built houses, 1940s and older, so early 1900s. So I'm not going to talk about the pros. I'm going to talk more about the cons. Why I'm going to talk about it? I want to make sure you guys can match your clients to the houses and their expectations, so they know what they are basically buying, and they know what's going to be their home for their children. So the houses built pre-war in 40s and older, we have two different type of clients. Some of them, they know exactly what to expect, and they have deep pockets, they have a budget to expand, but sometimes they run into the issues. Some of the issues are, they are historical buildings, so they just cannot do whatever they want. They cannot put a solar panels on the roofs. They cannot change their windows. They cannot just simply install triple glazed vinyl windows. They cannot remove the old porches and build an additional rooms or 3 season rooms at the front. And the people, they don't like it sometimes. Then we have people who love these old characteristic homes in the old neighborhoods full of large oak and elm trees with beautiful big yards. And these are usually the first-time home buyers, young people in early 20s, which are planning their families, and they see the beauty of that, right? But what they don't see, there is lots of hidden, unexpected surprises. And these are usually hidden inside in the walls, like some of them is plumbing, and inside in the ground, all right? So we have old lead supply motor lines. We have old cast iron and galvanized plumbing inside in the walls. And we have old knob and tube wiring. These things we cannot see right away, but you can prepare the people who are purchasing the house that they probably gonna have to budget for that. Now we have houses built after World War II, post-war houses built in 40s, 50s, early 60s. And we learn from these houses, they are built simple. As we learned from the war, simple things work, complicated things, they are just too complicated, right? So these houses, they are usually very simple. There's nothing unique to them. And they are pretty good, very easy for us to inspect. One of the first furnaces, 4-star furnaces, one of the first boilers, they are usually built like a tank. They still work quite often until now, which is really good. Though the big problem is because after war, we were lacking with the good building materials, and we were learning from different people coming from different countries what to use. We were start using asbestos, lots of asbestos. So we see it in the insulation, in the floor coverings, on the exterior cladding, on the interior cladding. So the people who come and buy the house like that, and they have a budget maybe $100,000 to rebuild a house, half of the money is gone for asbestos remediation, and the other half is gone for new landscaping, right? So they haven't even touched the house really, and the money is gone. So you might as well to prepare them for things like that. All right, houses built in late 60s, early 70s, we all know aluminum wiring, right? It's not about what's going on with aluminum wiring. It's just a common for the insurance companies. They have their own rules, and they have the they can actually refuse your insurance, right? So that's all they can do. So most of them, they would like to do something which is called pigtailing. Some of them, they actually require full replacement of the wires. And some of them, they for additional premium, they still would insure the house. But it's just going to get worse and worse progressively.
We have to highlight the hippie era.
Yeah. It's, you know what, the houses were built in 60s and 70s. There was lots of happiness, flowers. And people who were doing renovations back then, they were using lots of acid, right? So sometimes we shake the heads when we actually do inspection like that. How came with this idea? But we learn to understand them a little bit. Houses built in late 80s and early 90s. Polybutene motor lines, they are the biggest problem for insurance companies. So it's not even my opinion, your guys' opinion, or whoever opinion. It's again insurance company. They have the right of the refusal of the insurance. That's what they do, make our lives complicated. So, you know, when I started inspections 10 years ago, it was normal to have insurance on a house built in 90s with polybutene motor lines. 10 years later, we have a problem. 10 years from now, your buyers, future sellers, they're going to have a big problem with that, very likely, because nothing gets easier. Everything just gets worse and worse progressively, right? Now we are in 2000s, in the boom. So in these houses, they were built very fast. In this era, we actually got one of the first high-efficiency furnaces. So we are learning about them. They likely going to need to be replaced. So make sure that your clients, they know about them. And many of these houses, they actually were installed with new architectural shingles, which they had at an aggregate based on organic materials. So even though they were expecting these roof coverings to last 35 to 40 years, now they have to replace them 20 years later. They just don't last. Yeah, I'm sorry. All right, and the brand new build finally. So right now, when we have AI, we have materials from entire world. We have our beautiful brains from the entire planet. We do have technology. We do have everything we basically need to build good houses, and we are building them. What is the problem? Is the people. If you choose the wrong builder, or the builder will choose the wrong trades, you're gonna end up with very bad house. And we see it. I don't think we ever did so many inspections on brand new builds, me and Brent and our team, in the last year and a half, like ever before. It's almost every single house who is purchased directly from the builder or built brand new. They do not trust the builders as they used to. They just don't have the good bond with them, especially when they are buying houses without real estate agents. So they're getting houses inspected, and we are seeing lots of issues from some builders from different parts of this town. I'm not going to name exactly who, but there are some. And but we see very, very nicely and crafty built houses, actually surprisingly nice houses. So be careful about that. So if you have a buyers, you might need to prepare them for that, to choose the right people for the right job and start with a good real estate agent. It's just the most common sense for buying the house. Why to choose us? When your client will ask you, when you hand them your 3 preferred vendors, and one of them will be North49, and they're gonna ask you, like, why should we choose these people? You can just simply ask them to take a look on our Google reviews. We have about 2,000 Google reviews. We do, besides commercial buildings, we actually do, besides residential buildings, we inspect commercial buildings. Brent and I, we are BET certified, so we inspect wood burning appliances for insurance purpose. We do sewer scoping in the house, and we also have many different contractors who work for us and do sewer scoping as a third party, who do septics and wells, things like that. We work with many different vendors. And also, we try to contribute to real estate agent community, right? We support who you support. Strolley Hospital, Realtor Community Foundation, and any event you guys are, we try to be with you guys and make sure that we show the support. So that's all I have today. If you guys have any questions, you can always reach. So Superline cost inspection costs $250 if it's done during the home inspection, $350 if it's done by itself. You're welcome.
We think that was the best home inspector presentation we've had. Yeah. Amazing. Thank you so much.
That was awesome.